Bam, recording.
Excited? It's been a while. Yeah. I'm here too. Yeah, we've been a while. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it has been a while because I haven't done these for a little while. I just been getting back into it, but I think, dude, it's been like a year probably or more. I don't really remember. Probably a year or more. Anyway, Pete Thompson, thanks for coming on my show.
No problem.
Good to see you again, man.
Likewise.
We had an adventure yesterday.
Did?
Yeah, we went skiing for like
An
hour. Yeah, we can get into that later.
Mm.
Today's we're going to do today, when you're watching this, it's St. Patrick's Day. But today is not St. Patrick's Day.
It's not.
But we're going to pretend.
That it is, yeah.
Yeah. We took some I took some history notes on the history of St. Patrick.
I'm glad you did, because despite even being from Ireland, I don't really know a whole lot.
I mean, I don't think it's a very highly studied or well-known history of St. Paddy.
I don't think a lot of people actually understand
St. Patrick.
And I'm one of those people, because I know very little. However, we know what happens on the day.
He's the patron saint of Ireland.
Yeah.
I don't even know what patron means.
Sounds good.
I thought patron's is like a customer, is it not? he's the customer saint. Yeah.
He's the customer saint of Ireland.
Customer of Ireland.
He's quite a guy. And, we can, we were talking about this the other day where I was, sitting on the chairlift beside a couple of people from Chicago, and they were very excited about St. Patrick's Day.
Well, Chicago is a
lot of Irish, yeah.
Don't they, in Boston too, they dye the river, one of them dyes the river green.
I think it's Chicago.
I'm sure that's good for the river.
From what they said, the people on the chairlift, they were talking about that it's actually, it's
food
okay.
Coloring, it's like organic.
I'm sure. I would imagine that, if
they're not getting away with some toxic dump in the
for sure. Yeah, nuclear stuff that usually turns green, doesn't it?
Yeah, plutonium. And you wore green today. That's
did,
good.
a
Sweet.
bit.
Yep, sweet. Yeah, I tried to wear green too. Yeah, Pete broke his hand yesterday.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
After the most mellow crash.
Yeah.
Nothing.
In Whistler Bowl skiing, just like a little bit of a tip over, and then. But took it like a champ though, man, and it got purple fast.
Yeah,
I'm not
pretty swollen, and
you're like a medical professional, and you knew a lot about it.
No, well, I broke this hand before too, and it felt like exactly the same. And I was like, when I skied down to you, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this.
It seemed like it's like a karate chop break where like the pressure went there or something.
Yeah, it all happened pretty quick. I'm not really. But one of those ones where, when you were there, obviously, and I was like just trying to take that mid off, and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely broken. So
I wouldn't have. That was fucking. I don't know. I wouldn't have do that.
Anyway, that was a good ski out though.
Yeah,
we got some good snow.
Got some good turns.
Yeah.
I need to wax. I waxed my skis though because I was going so fucking slow. Oh, I swore on the first few minutes. We aren't supposed to do that in YouTube, but I think they changed the rules. So.
Recently?
Well, yeah, because I'm not getting. They're like, if you want to get monetized, which isn't happening here clearly. I mean, I'm barely even like. No one's watching this, but.
But you never know.
Someday. Yeah, possibly.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it's good to see you didn't get too wrecked.
Yeah. So it's broken, but whatever.
You got little dino fingers left to work with.
And that's, it's actually, once they put the splint on, actually, it was really, it was supported and actually felt really good. And it was quite surprisingly okay last night too. So
sweet.
Yeah. All in all, could be
nice,
worse.
buddy. Well, I'm glad to see you still didn't get worse.
Yeah.
So it's St. Patrick's Day episode. We're gonna I got some Guinness here, which is, this one's brewed.
Do you actually like Guinness?
No, I don't like Guinness.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Really
I talked to a lot of people, and like I feel like they'll drink it just to fit it. Like whenever you go to Ireland, they'll drink a pint of Guinness for the sake of drinking. Like they'll not enjoy it.
Like if I'm somewhere and everyone at the table's having a dark beer, Guinness beer, like a Kilkenny or something like that, I'll have one.
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't been drinking for a while. I've been trying to not drink much, and so trying to lay it off the booze for a bit. So I'm happy to have one of these, but I don't like in Ireland. The people just sit and drink dark, heavy beer and get drunk off it. Like they don't like. What's the next?
This is it. You kind of like just drink this, start to finish.
Yeah.
And most times, like in most.
But is there like a light lager that's popular in?
No, maybe.
I don't think everyone drink it so much, but that's not, it's not that accurate, is it? Like
I was thinking about this on the way down here. I was like,
everyone's fucking hammered.
No,
around
exactly. And it's like, people say, "Oh, Pete, you're Irish," and it's like that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I'm not
right?
intoxicated all day, every
totally,
day.
yeah. You know, and dude, whenever I first came here, like Canadians drink a lot too.
For sure, yeah.
You know, like hey,
Everybody drinks a lot.
The first time I had a beer at lunch was here, right? You know, didn't have a beer at lunch whenever I was back home.
Everybody drinks a lot. Well, it's like, you know, Canada has a Caesar. Is there like a mix?
It's like a Bloody Mary, very similar kind of like.
Well, yeah, but is that like is that like Canada's kind of known for that, I guess. But Ireland is Irish. Ireland's just kind of known for the Guinness, and that's kind of it, right?
Yeah.
Not to be mean, but
no, it's one of the places you can actually have, and where they talk about is at the airport. When you're on the departure lounge, when you're leaving, they maintain that and look after that so much, like because it's like the last place you have a pint of Guinness. Like this is so good, makes you want to come back. That's like, and a couple of marketing things too with Guinness. Right. Like they would say that you can't have a pint of Guinness unless it's in a Guinness pint glass with the logo on it. We'll be okay.
That's not going to happen today.
That's okay. I think,
and I don't think our glasses are going to be big enough to hold the whole can. So, and I heard you got to pour. Don't you? I'm going to Google how we do this real quick. I should have done this earlier, but I think you pour. I'm sure people out there are going, "You guys are fucking." I'm an idiot. You just figured it out. I hadn't done that before, but I feel like you pour the can in the glass and just let it sit there.
Yep.
But we don't have big enough glasses, I don't think, to to make that work.
You give it a go. But
how to pour genius.
A pint of genius.
Yeah. Pull the tap handle. Not from a can. Whoops, sorry.
Like bartending 101 right there.
I'm like, there's a handle on here?
Yeah.
We're going to get into some good stuff here, folks, so just bear with us while we try to pour a fucking Guinness.
But dude, they like talk about like marketing's like one of their biggest, you know, they're super strict about a lot of that stuff, you know, to make sure, like we were saying with Guinness, if you have a pint, it should be in a Guinness glass, right?
You're going to come after us on this one.
I think so.
Okay, so I don't want to watch the video, but I'm going to see a little clip on how to...
Oh, dude.
This is going to take forever.
Yeah, he's overthinking
it. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's not even Irish.
No,
some fucking guy.
I
think we just give her.
Why don't we just do it?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, you're going to have to maybe help me with my one, but like it's...
I'll crack it for you anyway.
Sure, well...
Yeah, and then I'll pop it open for you.
Sure.
And then I'm going to get another glass so we can just do it if we have to like...
Make it... Here, let me see if I can do this.
Oh, you got this, man.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Whoa. Okay.
So glass goes on top. Flip it up. Yeah, perfect. Go down into the bottom. Yeah, perfect.
But then what if the can's fucking dirty? This is going to be too much. I have to pull it out of here.
Just let it sit. Here we go. This is the...
Oh, anybody can see this? Here's what you do. This is apparently what's going on, but I have an airlock, I think. It's not pouring out.
Yeah, so you're just going to move it. Yeah, perfect. Nice and slow. Keep going. Too quick. Just kidding.
Really?
No, it's fine. So I think the idea is like, because obviously you want to pour it and let it set, and then stop it there.
Oh, that's actually, dude.
Yeah.
It's
see the way
empty.
it's, yeah. Look, that's perfect, Proctor. That looks great, dude.
Want me to do yours for you?
Yeah, sure. Oh, Proctor. That's
the way it sinks down. I have never really actually poured myself a Guinness like this. I didn't get enough.
No,
the head will start to go bigger like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that. Because you'll see some pictures and there's jokes about people in Ireland where we should murder this bartender because like the head's actually like half the pint or whatever.
Is that not the way it's supposed to be?
No, you want a little bit. And one of the other things they talk about at the Guinness factory is if you kind of look at it in light, it's not like super.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
No, that's perfect.
Like I think you're supposed to leave the can in the glass. Anyway,
you crushed that, dude.
Is that okay? Hey? Well, shouldn't there be more of that?
No, that's perfect. That looks great.
Do you even know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I drink.
No, I don't mean to be rude, but yeah.
Sure, I've got a lot of practice drinking it, so
Do you order Guinness a lot when you go out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much when I'm here, but
like I just don't think getting drunk at Guinness is a good idea.
Yeah, the most. I suppose I should be careful, but like I drank like 12 pints of Guinness one time and it nearly killed me. So. Yeah,
it would for sure. Yeah. That's like eating like 7 pizzas probably as far as calories go.
Yeah, my iron content was really good.
Yeah. Well, there's that thing you can Google that guy who tried to he lived off Guinness or tried to live off beer for however long. That's not good for you, I don't think.
No. But here, Proctor.
Yeah, sweet. Well, I don't know if that's proper, but cheers, buddy.
No, that looks
Just coming by. Kind of tastes flat. Does it always taste flat?
Yeah, a little. Yeah,
it's pretty thick, I guess. It's pretty decent.
But you notice that's not like whenever you look at it through the light too, it's like an ambery color. A lot of people think it's kind of like
It's almost see-through.
almost, you know.
Yeah.
It's not.
God damn, I would not drink Guinness on a regular basis.
A friend of mine describes it as a glass full of pennies with shaving foam on top. And he hates it.
Yeah.
Really doesn't like it.
Have you ever heard that thing where if you suck on a penny, you can dupe a breathalyzer?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's
2 P's.
I've never tried it.
Well, I've never had.
I've never had the.
Yeah.
I got breathalyzed once in the Daylot parking lots in Worcester.
Mm.
I had
The
one
honey pot.
What's that?
The honey pot.
Yeah. They just bust you there. They wait. But I had one pint at Sushi Village. We're filming that thing for the festival a few years ago. I had one tall can, and the cops were in the parking lot, breathalyzed me, and I was fine. I never had to.
Yeah. No, there's rumor like they talk about like sucking on a penny or 2 P's or whatever to help. But
I wonder if that works.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're talking about St. Patrick's Day today, and the Guinness. We've had that. I'm pretty stoked on that. It's like
it's really good.
So you were saying the guy that runs the Guinness land, where the property, the owner, the guy who owns Guinness or whatever.
Arthur,
he's got like a
Arthur Guinness, I think his name is.
Really? You guys friends?
He's dead now. At one stage.
I thought it was only. I didn't know it was 2 ends.
Yeah, genius.
Yeah, Guinness property.
Yeah, but like the Guinness tour in Dublin is really good. It's like 6-story, kind of like you walk in and then it's you kind of work your way up. And once you get up to the very top, they have like this big open bar kind of thing, and then you can like get the 360 view of Dublin.
Really?
And then on the windows, and it'll park out like the main feature, like where the Temple Bar is, and like cathedrals and other kind of like hotspots. So and then you get a free pint of Guinness up at the top as well.
Does Guinness do? I wonder if they own it. Do they have any other beer they produce?
Yeah, they do a beer. I think it's.
I'll find that out in a second.
Yeah.
So it says St. James Gate Brewery and Guinness. So the St. James Gate Brewery is a brewery founded in 1759.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's
in Dublin. By Arthur Guinness, right?
Arthur Guinness,
RDG.
Good guy.
Yeah. Company. Oh, it's now part of Diageo. Oh, so Diageo is like a big beer. They're like a big. Like conglomerate, like with liquor company. I think they have their own. They do a lot of shit. The company formed the merger of Guinness and Grand Metropolitan in 1997. Huh. But their main product is still draft Guinness. Is the draft Guinness much better than the can one?
Yeah, it is.
It is, eh? I heard it takes like 4 minutes to pour that one. You have to wait.
Yeah, and again, if you go to the Guinness factory, you can practice doing it, and get really
How many fucking Jesus. So here's the thing. So they originally leased the land. This was interesting to me. I didn't know. So in 1759, RDG, Arthur Guinness, at 45 pounds per year for 9,000 years, he got the lease for the property.
Yeah.
And it's been home to the Guinness factory ever since. It became the largest brewery in 1838. What else are they brewing in Ireland? I guess I don't know. We'll find that out shortly.
I think there's like
it became the largest in the world. It was by 1886. It was the largest in the world. Wow.
It's actually it's pretty so like whenever you go and take a look at it, they
have an annual output of 1.2 million barrels. What do you mean barrels? I thought barrels of beer.
How many pints in a barrel?
Fuck, I don't know.
What's the conversion?
I wonder how many pints are in a barrel.
Pints in a barrel.
Pints in a barrel, UK.
Dublin, yeah, a lot.
345 pints.
It's a lot.
In a barrel. I think it's shit-faced pretty fast.
And how many did they sell?
Well, they sold 1.2 million barrels a year.
Yeah.
That's like, what, 300 million? Excuse me. That's like 400 million. My math, whatever. That's a lot, man. It's no longer the largest brewer in the world, though. It remains the largest brewer of stout. I mean, of course, that's all they make. I mean, I wonder if they have the Guinness Book of World Records for the most Guinness
made.
If they have their own records for the most.
They make that book. They could probably get it in there.
Fudge the numbers or something.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
That used to be a big thing, the Guinness Book of World Records. It was a TV show and stuff.
Yeah.
It used to be huge.
You ever have any?
No. I mean, I've seen the book, but I've never owned. to be honest, I've seen like a couple of books when I was like in high school, like in the library and stuff, but I've rarely come across the book in
It's
general.
a big thing, like back home at Christmas, you buy something like a Guinness Book of Records. And
Oh, really? I guess, right?
the only really time it comes in useful, I think, is whenever you're at a quiz or something like that.
Well, yeah, so I heard that the Guinness Book of World Records was just invented by Guinness because it was something to do at the pub. And somebody, the thing was, I think what I heard this morning was that there was, I don't know when this was, but they were the impetus of the book was they were trying to find out what the fastest bird was. And there was no Googling back then. They were talking about it. And they were like, oh, this would be a cool idea to maybe just have these kind of facts be at the bar so you could read them and stuff. And so, yeah, sounds like that's kind of how it kind of all started, was like trying to figure out the fastest bird.
And plus they're spending more time at the bar, right?
Yeah, right.
And drinking Guinness.
Yeah, and getting hammered and like talking. Yeah,
talking schmack.
I wonder what the most number of Guinness pints drank in a day or in an hour was. It'd be
a lot.
It's a lot of
well,
calories,
see, the thing is, like, I find that easy to drink, you know? Like, because it's smooth, right? It's not like it's hoppy or fizzy or whatever. It's
when you don't get like it's already kind of flat, so it doesn't get flatter.
No.
Like when you pour a pint of beer and you're drinking it, if you're like nursing it, it gets kind of flat over time.
Yeah.
This is already kind of like, there's not much carbonation or like poppiness going on to it.
No. You know what we could have done is the Bailey's in that. You ever had that? Yeah, it's like a drink. So what you do is you get a shot of Bailey's and you drop it in like a pint like this, or like, and but you got to drink it quick because it said the curdle or whatever. So,
Ew.
Yeah. It's kind of gross.
I don't understand. I understand, but
like gross drinks. Like why you would put
like
yourself
milky drinks.
Yeah.
I used to drink White Russians a lot.
Okay. Super. Classy.
I don't know why. I mean, just pounded milk at the bar. It's gross.
You go into like Longhorns or something like that.
Yeah, I'll get a White Russian, please. You're
it's like, who the hell is this guy?
And then you drink like your vodka Red Bull right after. That can't be good for your guts.
It's probably not.
But White Russians are pretty yummy. I don't remember what's in them, but they're pretty good. I thought they were cool.
But,
so this 10 years after establishment in May, Guinness exported his beer and he ceased ale brewing by then. Oh, so by 1769. Wait, these numbers don't add up. This is full of shit. Oh, 10 years after he started only making the Guinness beer, the stout. Wow. Huh. The death of who's Benjamin Guinness? Expanded by adapting steam. Oh, they had steam power to power the plant. I mean, I guess if we're talking like back in the day, dude, 1800s.
Earlier, 1700s, right?
Yeah. So in 1867, son Edward sold 60% of the business by public offering to the London Stock Exchange. So at one point, Guinness was owned, more than half of it was owned by the London Stock Exchange for £6 million.
Which at the time was probably...
Well, now it's probably like fucking... Well, back then, for £6 million at 1886... It's probably $1 billion now.
Billion, trillion?
Yeah. Damn, I bet you that the company and the brand is probably worth like the brand equity is insane.
Yeah, and that's
it's probably like probably rivaled by like Heineken, I bet you even like Budweiser and stuff is probably not even close to like those big names.
But I think about a drink. When people come in to visit, right, and you're sitting in the Dublin Gate and you listen to people kind of talk, and they're like, maybe they've just got to town. They're like, they love that place, right? It's like a part of the holiday, right? They have a good day skiing, and you want to have a pint of Guinness at the Dublin Gate, and they.
Wow, Budweiser is the most valued beer brand worldwide in 2001, with a net worth of $16.717 billion US.
Nice.
The brand was followed by Heineken, and then Stella Artois, ranked third.
What?
No shit. Guinness isn't even like.
Do you like Stella?
Stella.
We call it Stella Artois back home.
It sounds like an American way to say it. It's like the foyer. It's the foyer. Yeah. I don't mind it. But it kind of tastes like it's always gone bad.
Yeah.
It's like Moosehead.
It's advertised as a premium beer here, but it's like the cheapest beer you can buy.
And that's one too where you're supposed to serve it in the Stella glass, and you have to then scrape the top off with a knife or something.
Yes. Yeah.
What's
super fancy?
Stupid.
No, it's part of the experience, right?
I guess so. Right.
And that person who does that, they're professionally trained to do that too, right? It's not just anybody that gets to do that, man.
Yeah, well, sure. The most popular beer. Yeah, so that's crazy. I didn't realize. Guinness is not even on even close to the list.
Yeah. But you remember like the ads Budweiser used to do like for
was that
dude? Exactly.
That's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that?
That's funny shit. I remember when I was a kid, when I was like underage, and just Budweiser was the beer you drank. Going to bush parties, and my older brother gave me like a case of Bud.
Yeah, you can buy like 24 bottles.
Drink the bottles. Yeah. Is there any other countries that are like, so Guinness is Irish, and then you have that, I know Australia and North America, the Foster's was a joke, but I think it's VB in Australia, like this, like kind of like their beer. I guess the US is probably Budweiser, just like they're known for Budweiser. Canada,
Molson,
I guess, which is shit. I mean, Budweiser's shit too, but I guess it's Molson.
Yeah,
and then Mexico is like Corona probably, even though it's probably not even close to being made there.
Yeah. I saw Molson did a really good ad in Europe where they had like this fridge, and people are walking. If you had a Canadian passport, you could scan it, and the fridge would open for you.
Yeah,
which was pretty sweet.
I used to work for Molson Brewery back in my hometown. There was a big plant there, and because they brewed it on property, they could have a drive-through beer store, so they sold beer, so you could go there, and like it was like a one-stop shop. People would like on the way to like going to the cottage and stuff, like up north in northern Ontario. They drive through, and you'd have lineups on long weekends, like all day. People come through. We had this like there were 6 of us usually working, give or take on the busy days, and then there's a huge cooler behind us. And we'd have a till at like a double wide doors flopped open. People just pulled around. We said, "Hey, what can I get for you?" And you get it, pay, put in the trunk. Usually cash, because this is like 2000, and this is like actually like 98. Yeah. So I mean, Interact and stuff was still not super fast and stuff, but it's usually cash. You have guys come through, like construction guys, like I just want a tall can of like Black Label, whatever Molson made, and he's like, and you weren't legally allowed to put it in the front
car
seat
because they could drink it, right?
Yeah, so you'd put in the trunk, one can in the trunk, and he'd just see him pull out, stop, get out, and then fucking start drinking the can.
And we have to say, "Thanks, boys."
Yeah, like waving to you, like, "See you, buddy." And then there'd be like people come through, like construction guys would come through, a lot of them, and they're all like, drinking guys, and they would come through at like at lunch. They would come through, or like anytime we open like 10 o'clock, right? They'd come through. Like some of these guys would bring back an empty 6-pack, get the 60 cents for it, buy another 6-pack, come back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They would come by at lunch and like buy beer to go back to work with. Yeah, man, there's some aggressive drinkers through there for sure, man. It was fucking crazy. But yeah, Molson's they sold everything there. It was like only Molson products, but affiliated with Molson's, whatever.
You should take a look at. They talked about Guinness being sold in Africa, like is one of the main like where it's most popular, just in terms of volume. I think because there's so many people, but it's like, it's all they drink in Africa too. I can't remember if it's
really.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, because there's not that many people in Ireland,
China has the single wide alcohol market, especially the import craft beers like Guinness. The UK is the only sovereign state to consume more Guinness than Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, like, because like there's not that many people in Ireland, right? Like,
but wait, why did it say the UK is the only sovereign state? The UK isn't a state. The UK is a group of countries, right?
That's not true.
Wikipedia.
Google's land is right now, man. We need to.
Wikipedia doesn't know what's going on.
But there's like, 4 million people in Ireland or something like that?
2006, the sale of Guinness in Ireland of the United States declined 7%. Despite this, Guinness still accounts for more than a quarter of the beer sold in Ireland. I mean, what are those people drinking there? Well, Irish whiskey is obviously popular. What's the difference between Irish whiskey and just like whiskey, do you know?
No idea.
Just like made in Ireland?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because when you're drunk, you get like an Irish accent.
Like an extra, like nice little side effect of it. Yeah. Nobody can understand you.
Yeah,
which is just every other day.
Yeah,
and welcome to my world a little bit. It's kind of like,
it's funny how like Guinness or St. Patrick's Day. Speaking of just drinking beer and a bunch of it, St. Patrick's Day is like a day where people get drunk,
like annihilated. Like we're not even like talking. Like it is a day where people, just like as soon as you wake up, you're like, okay, pint of Guinness, and then it's
like I wonder if the patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick, would be frustrated with the amount.
I think he would be. I don't think that was his.
No, because
it's not what he wanted.
He came back like so. The whole deal is I took some notes here, but it celebrates like the feast. The St. Patrick's Day is like basically like the feast of St. Patrick, where it was like it was like St. Patrick was I guess kidnapped or whatever you want to say, and taken away for slavery. And then he came back to Ireland when he was like 16 or something like that. I don't know what he was. He's like, he was taken when he was 16, I think, and he came back to Ireland, and they were like, oh, and he brought like Christianity with him. Attaboy. Saying, yeah, right, and Yeah, explains a lot. And so he, so the celebration is that he came back to this big feast to like celebrate, I guess, his return. Which I don't know if he like.
Do you think they drank there?
Well, I mean, there must have been wine and goblets, maybe, like, goblets of wine, like, it was a while ago. It wasn't like yesterday.
Yeah.
And so he came back, and then, but yeah, the alcohol thing, it doesn't say, there's nothing about, like, I mean, obviously they would talk about sharing wine and stuff like that, but they don't talk anything about, like,
getting annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just like an Irish influence?
I don't know, dude. Like, I think it just became one of these things where you go drinking. Like
it's basically a celebration of religion. It's the originality of it. Which,
and when they drove the snakes out of Ireland.
I guess wine is pretty religious. People, wine and bread and stuff like that.
Wine and bread. Yeah. But whenever you drink too much wine and don't eat enough bread, then you're gonna have
true, man. People do
time.
Eat bread. They go, I better eat some bread or something like.
Yeah, it fills you up.
Yeah. So
do you remember when you were like younger and you used to come up with these little things? It's like, oh, dude, I gotta eat some bread, and that would like miraculously fix you or something like that. I don't think it ever really did anything for me.
No, I don't remember like saying I'd eat bread to fix that, but I remember I eat a lot of bread.
Okay, good.
Sorry, but it is one of those things where like you eat carbs, but then
it makes a lot of sense.
It does help.
Yeah,
maybe that's what.
Well, there's an expression back home called "eating's cheating," and especially on St. Patrick's Day, where it's like,
because you're
kind of like,
you got to get annihilated if you're eating.
Yeah, but why though? Why has it gotten to the point where you have to?
Eating saves your life a lot of times.
It does. Yeah.
You know, it's funny when you're drunk and you're like eating like 2:00 in the morning, just like slobbering through some food, and you don't care
some
what
pizza
happens.
or something like that.
Yeah,
some Subway.
Like, yeah, and you're talking, and you're like, it's just so funny, man.
And you get off the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I still don't understand between. I guess obviously like there's a lot of wine at these feasts for sure.
Sure.
So whatever this whole feast of St. Patrick's was, probably that.
But yeah, but they weren't. Or maybe they were. You never know. Just tanked.
I mean,
Okay, so this is part of it, like where I don't think it's necessarily an Irish thing, because regardless of where you are on St. Patrick's Day, people are drinking, right? And it's like,
yeah, well, they said like in like the late 1800s is when it got introduced, because a lot of the immigrants came to the U.S. and like in the Boston area, Chicago area stuff.
Yeah.
It got brought in, that became big, and then it wasn't until like 1950 or something like that where the mayor of New York actually acknowledged St. Patrick's Day or something like that, and became a bigger thing. But it's still like, yeah, I guess it's huge. I mean, obviously we were talking earlier about dyeing the river and stuff in Chicago or Boston, whatever, and then it kind of took its time to get big here, but now it's like, and apparently Newfoundland's the place to be.
Yeah. Well, I had
Canada.
Whenever I first got here back in 2012, I was at a house party in Vancouver, and I was chatting to a guy, and I could have swore he was from like Northside Dublin. Like,
right.
His accent was like, this guy's from Dublin. And then I was like, so how long have you been out here? And he's like, oh, well, actually I'm from Newfoundland. I'm like,
right.
What? It just didn't make sense. That was the first kind of person from Newfoundland I talked. I'm like, the accent was identical.
Well, it's so close. You can pretty much like chuck a stone. Yeah, stone's throw.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I wonder what but I mean that's like the first point of entry for Ireland.
Yeah,
I guess,
you think about like New York too.
Yeah, what's with me in Boston? Stuff. Yeah, like they can't hit the coast.
Yeah.
And so it says like it was like it didn't take off. But it's one of those things like for like say example for like Australia Day in Canada, people come and get annihilated in Australia Day, right? But only out here, like you don't have Australia Day in like Ontario. It's not a thing. It's kind of in Whistler with lots of Aussies, right? It's a big thing. But St. Patrick's Day is everywhere. North America, I don't know if they celebrate it in France. They probably don't want to. I don't know. That's a good question.
So, yeah, like, in Ireland and, England, Scotland, it's pretty celebrated. Like, yeah, lots of things that go on. And I just, because obviously my name badge for work says, like, Belfast, Northern Ireland on it, and people are like, oh, I've got family from Ireland. Right? And they're from Limerick. And you're like, well, it's opposite.
It's
and then people tell me their last name. Right. Oh, our last name's O'Shaughnessin. You're like,
oh yeah, you're
cool. Thanks. That great.
Yeah. Those countries that are small like that, people. Oh, do you know so and so?
I know.
You know what? I bet you most of the time. I bet you that happens. I bet you that person does know that person.
That's
pretty often.
Out of every, let's say every 20. It happens every now and again for sure.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh, I'm from Lisburn. And like, oh, well, my family's from, and they're, I went to Laurel, and like, oh, we went to that school too. And you're like, no way. Like, again, it's 6 degrees of separation for sure between everybody, I think. And it's,
I wonder if that's like, I mean, it happens everywhere. It's like, do you know so-and-so? But you wouldn't, I'm from the U.S. Oh, do you know so-and-so?
I would never be.
No. I wonder, I start lying, going, yeah, I do know them. Just fucking fuck with people. That'd be hilarious. Okay, so then...
How did he get on in France? No, he likes it.
It says Irish expatriates celebrate St. Patrick's Day in France. However, its popularity is spreading to Ireland-loving French people who participate in the festivities who claim to be Irish for a day.
They don't like us, dude. Whatever.
I just think it's like Irish appropriation, trying to everyone wears green and everything else, and obviously like whether Christian or not, participants in the festival wear at least one item of clothing with green.
I would say a lot of people who are drinking heavily aren't Christian. I'm gonna put it. I think that's fair. If you're
bet there's a lot of closet drinks in Christianity,
and like people who are partying.
Let me see for Irish Day. I should have done this research first. People must be stoked about.
Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, it looks good.
We're celebrating France. Celebrate culture. Ireland's Paris. Moulin Rouge goes green. Eiffel Tower lights up green. Oh, they go often. So yeah, they do quite a bit of work there. Huh.
In France, of all places.
Yeah, in France. Yeah, I mean, we just want to pick one place, but I mean, in Spain, I mean, are they doing it there? It's actually pretty. I mean, Spanish countries are pretty religious too, right?
Yeah,
but I don't.
They might have knew him. Maybe. And where did he get kicked? Because didn't he go to somewhere like? And this is
so he was. They said he was born in Roman Britain, which I don't know what that means. I didn't look that up. What Roman Britain means, but that was where St. Patrick was born.
That means, dude. Stupid. Like just. I think the bit I love about this is that when we kicked all the snakes out, it's a celebration. And I said, I haven't seen any snakes in Ireland since. So he did.
So I did some research on that too, and it's pretty much because of the Ice Age, and it's an island and everything died and it melted, and then the only people that came to research.
He did. So think about how hard
some of these stories are fucking wild.
I know, dude.
But it could be too. Like there could have been psychedelics involved, and the guy thought he was so hammered, and he's like hallucinating on like maybe moldy wine or something. Because there's this, they talk about the Salem witch trials that happened in the U.S. or whatever it was in Salem, Massachusetts, whatever it is, right? And there was some kind of mold growing on the wheat. I don't know how. And then people would eat the wheat as bread, and they would get all fucked up.
And then get all
people
paranoid.
thought they were witches and shit, and they were killing a bunch of people think they were witches. So maybe this guy was like eating some bad bread.
Maybe.
And he's like, there's snakes everywhere.
And he scared them off.
He's all like,
And he told everybody too.
Yeah, and he said he banished them into the ocean.
Yeah, he was definitely tripping for sure.
I mean, he said he was on a 40-day fast.
Yeah.
So if you haven't eaten for 40 days, which I mean, you're dying. You can't last 40 days. You haven't eaten. I mean, I never tried it, but even 4 days, it's fucking dangerous, man.
You seeing all the snakes?
No one else sees the snakes.
No,
they're all gone. He's like, they're never even here to begin with.
You're welcome. We have a day for you.
Yeah, I can whoever writes the history books and just say, yeah. I mean, like you could have said, yeah, you got rid of all the beavers.
That'd be quite impressive.
I know.
And you would, that'd be worth a celebration.
But yeah, so it says that he banished all these snakes for whatever reason because they were attacking him when he was on a fast, which he's probably just hallucinating on something like that. And then it says,
he did.
Yeah.
Look at him.
The little picture says they depict him always standing with his foot on like on the snake's back or whatever, like so to symbolize him like getting rid of all the snakes and stuff. And then I googled I was googling what the clover was all about, and that why it's always like a three leaf.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier, but it says to symbolize the Holy Trinity with the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
And I wonder, like, I mean, if this guy's getting rid of snakes and he thinks there's leprechauns and fairies and everything else, I mean,
I think
there's there's either a lot of booze happening back then or someone's tripping on something.
I don't know, dude. Like I think maybe the snakes was maybe a symbol of, for him bringing Christianity to Ireland and getting rid of sin, right? Because obviously in Adam and Eve, like remember when they were tempted, like it was a snake that came and spoke to them, right?
Oh,
you remember?
Right. I don't remember that at all, but
he was bad.
I wasn't there, but
that kind of a symbol of like.
What's the symbol? What's the snake a symbol for?
There you go. Yeah, this will be good.
Why is the snake a symbol of medicine? Well, someone's giving this guy the Scooby Snacks medicine with staph. The staph with a snake has gone long with medicine. The originates from story of, what's that say? Asclepius?
Yeah.
Whatever, who was revered as the ancient Greeks for as a god of healing and whose cult involved the use of snakes. I mean, they were using like everything back then, like probably snake venom to cure something. Like this didn't work, killed him. He swelled up and died.
Eat this.
Yeah, and people. Well, they were using like leeches and stuff. I think sucking blood out. I heard that's how was it Abraham Lincoln or no, a president somewhere. They were using bloodletting to like help get rid of. They were getting rid of some disease, and they just took too much out, and he died. That's totally probably inaccurate.
I don't know. I think they kind of talked about it sometimes for people who have stubs or whatever, amputees. Like they would use the leeches to kind of draw blood through the.
Right. Is your hand hurting?
No, it's fine.
Oh, sweet.
That Guinness helped for sure. So
speaking Irish, you chugged that. You drank it a lot faster than I did.
Yeah, it was nice though.
Yeah,
You have a
there's some in the cans. But actually, you want it?
Yeah, sure.
This is. Oh, there you go. That's a good pour, right? Do you want this one too?
Sure. Thanks, Proctor. Oh, dude. Yeah, nice. Perfect.
What's the little ball made of?
I think it's just plastic. A little widget.
A little widget?
I think it's okay.
So what were we talking about? Okay, so then we were talking about snakes. What just happened there?
We got distracted by leeches and whatever else, and by the beer. But I think, the snakes was to symbolize the sin leaving Ireland. You know. It
was.
Yeah.
I'm not Googling that because I believe you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said it with
I mean,
said it with enough confidence, exactly.
Yeah. Well, your accent makes me believe everything you say about Ireland.
Yeah, especially with an Irish accent too. Do you notice my accent? I still have it because I would.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like I would.
I mean, if I was Irish and I came from Ireland, from your homeland, and came here, I would probably think it's probably less than it is. Like when you go home, I bet your parents, you lose some. Or
I talked to my parents today, right, and it's. You fall back into that, just chatting, right? And
you get thick with it sometimes.
A little, yeah. See, there's lots of little like sayings. I think is the little quotes and.
Accent or not, there's like things that you say that are like colloquial or whatever.
Exactly.
You say, like part of the country's things you say, and you lose those. You start saying things that Canadians say. Yeah. Like whatever it's like, I don't know, like super or whatever. All these stupid things. For sure. Yeah. That's probably what they know is more. But yeah, I was younger at one point, and
that's good.
Yeah, obviously. And
Really?
I had this exchange student come to visit me. That's so good. I was like 15, and I did an exchange in France. I had a guy come live with my family, like a kid from high school, and then I went there. And then he came to Canada first and lived with us for a month, and we did some stuff, and then we traveled around stuff. You kind of like you just show him around. It's kind of like a Rotary thing. And then we were here for a month, and he spoke English the whole time because it's the whole point to learn English, right? We went back to France, only a month, and we went to the airport. My parents dropped us off. We flew to France. We got to the airport, and France's airport, and he started speaking in French, and they immediately spoke back to him in English. He had lost enough of his accent in a month where they thought he wasn't like truly French speaking.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he was like, he kind of got mad.
Oh,
I was like, well, I don't know what you're saying, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then I went to France, and no one wanted to speak French to me, so I didn't learn French at all. Everybody taught everybody else English. So I came back with like, I don't know. Yeah. It was a big waste of my time. But I think, not waste of time. It was awesome. Yeah. But you lose your accent fast, I'd imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When you talk to your parents, do they sound like, wow, you got a thick accent?
No, it's usually pretty good. And I think it's sometimes whenever I talk to people and sometimes they pick up on it right away, and other times they don't. And I, wow. Can I get that? Let's try that again. Yeah. And then I said like,
if you speak closer to the mic,
super retarded. But I'll talk sometimes, and people will be like, "I thought you were from Canada."
I mean, you're not a citizen yet. You're just permanent residency.
Yeah. I probably should get on that. But
I think citizenship's hard. Not hard, but it's a bit of a mission.
Fine. No, it's a waiting game.
You got to pay money.
A little. I can't remember how much.
It's probably a cash grab.
Yeah, it's all.
You know what's funny is I don't know how many other, like St. Patrick's Day has kind of infiltrated North America strongly in other countries, but other like an Oktoberfest. It's like that is infiltrated Canada or North America. People drink a lot in October. I mean, it's not like as widespread. It's not like a. Is St. Patrick's Day a holiday in Ireland?
Yeah,
it's a public holiday.
Yeah,
like you call it a bank holiday, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Not here.
No.
I mean, but
it's on a Friday this year.
How does the day change?
I mean, it's today.
It's always right. Yeah, today. It's always on the 17th though, right?
Yeah.
I don't get how certain religions, some things happen like it's the third Monday of the month, like say Easter for example. It's like the third Monday.
And it changes.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't it be the same day, whatever it is? I don't get that.
It's
at least, but we, like I was saying, haven't really like, other than Oktoberfest, which hasn't infiltrated our culture that much over here.
No,
but it's based on drinking.
Yep.
And then, is there like a holiday that's like? I guess because St. Patrick just happens to be from Ireland, that is the thing about that. It's not that he's like...
There's sometimes, though, you feel like it's a novelty, like it's just people like... And it is, like, whenever it's marketed. And it also, St. Patrick's Day is a good time. It's a lot of fun. And I think it's...
The green has more to do with the country, not St. Patrick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's rocking around in green. I don't think his thing was green.
I don't think so.
It's just that Ireland is green.
Yeah.
Lots of green grass in Ireland.
Lots of... Hey.
Yeah.
They say that, the grass is greener in Ireland.
Is that what they say?
Well, that's because we're trampling on everybody else's, so maybe even here. A lot of
what?
People
is that what they say?
Yeah. Well, some people say. I don't know. But they, that's the reason why.
Do you think that potatoes are better in Ireland than they are anywhere else?
Yeah. Pammy's potatoes are really good.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I got...
I read about
Tia called me a hot potato the other day, and I said that was racist. So
that's really funny.
Yeah.
Because the potato famine was it even really a famine?
Oh, it was, dude. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
It affected like the population. Like it's never really recovered.
Yeah, I
from
read.
It.
Yeah, like it did. It took people out.
Yeah.
Approximate cause of famine was potato blight that infected potato crops throughout the European.
Yeah.
Was that? You think that was chemical warfare on potatoes?
No. It was just that. Yeah, it was really bad though. Fact a lot because the diet was everything to a lot of people, right? And
why potatoes?
I don't know.
Snakes in the ground, like how like worms are always in apples. Maybe snakes are in potatoes, and now they didn't have them there.
I don't know.
That worm with apple thing is weird too.
Yeah. And they
what is potato blight that affected?
It just affected the potato. Like they were like.
Black. But what does blight?
There you go.
Phytophthora infestans is an omycete or water mold, a fungus-like microorganism that causes the serious potato and tomato disease known as late blight or potato blight. Early blight caused by something, that word is Alternaria solani, is also called potato blight. I said that a second ago. Late blight. A late blight sounds like trouble.
It is, and it was.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Like
and that was the reason why a lot of people moved to America too, right? To get away from that. And
it says 1 million people died and more than 1 million fled the country. I mean, how many people are in Ireland?
Like four or something. Like if you go Northern Ireland and Ireland population.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right.
Because they include. Yeah.
Right.
That's a topic for another time.
Yeah, I had to do more research on that.
Yeah, Proctor was good. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I can't spell. 1.8 million people
for Northern Ireland, maybe just Northern Ireland, and then what? Yeah, just Ireland population.
Southern Ireland,
or just Ireland.
Yeah,
Ireland population.
So 5.3.
So it's 6 million. Yeah, it's 7 million.
So,
total.
But back in 1841,
1 million people.
47. Well, it says 1 million died and 1 million left.
Yeah.
If there's only 5 million people there now.
So it's like there
must have been like 80 guys hanging around Ireland when everybody left. It must have been like less than 1 million people.
And they talk about how it affected them and it hasn't really kind of recovered from it.
Wow.
Yet, so, yeah. Like it's there's not
country's population fell by 25%. So there was 4 million people there, right? Okay, yeah. So 4 million people in the some towns falling as much as 67% between 1841 and 1871. Wow, at least 2.1 million people from Ireland left Ireland, primarily on packet ships, and also on steamboats and barks.
Yeah, got out of there.
What's a bark? BARQUS. One of the great exodus from a single island in history. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. That's rough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think... Is that why they're not really known for potatoes anymore?
I know, and that's another thing.
No, I don't
like,
want those infected potatoes.
No, it's okay. It's all good now. Yeah. But
because I was doing some research on like the food they have there, and like a lot of it's potato based.
it is, as it was,
and corned beef, and they say this seafood, like the fish, is good there because I mean fish and chips are big, right?
Oh, dude, fish and chips, they're really good.
Yeah, and then they say that I was reading thing about how salmon's good there, but you're on an island, I guess.
Yeah.
The ocean.
And that's because when we got this trip, we're going back, pretty soon, and it's one of and it's not usually like apart from family and stuff like that. Like there's these little things that you just don't get anywhere else. And fish and chips, good fish and chips as well.
Yeah, there's this one you're calling the chippers or something like that, where it's like you said it was like some like almost like a wrap with like chips and curry and everything in there.
Oh, a gravy chip or a curry chip.
Yeah, curry chip. So that's obviously not like native to.
No, it just tastes really good.
It's just really yummy.
Yeah. It goes back to 2:00 in the morning, whatever, and you can lots of salt and vinegar too. Salt's good for you,
and vinegar's good for you.
Yeah, it's good at that point at 2:00 in the morning, right?
There was a back home in my Ontario. Back home in Ontario, there's this where I live. There was a vinegar factory.
Oh,
and dude, it was kind of on the way to the ski hill. If you drove past like a certain through a place called Collingwood. And there's this vinegar factory there, and man, oh man, when you drove by there, and when they were in production, it was right beside the road. Like you drive by, and the road was like the door of the place was like right here as you drove by, and it fucking stunk.
Yeah. But and fish and chips back home is usually a lot of salt and vinegar, like a lot, like almost too much.
When you go back home? Is that what you like?
Yeah, it's one of the ones.
So a lot of French people that I know that are from Quebec, they're like, you can't get good poutine anywhere else other than Quebec. I'm like, okay, fair, whatever. And
can you not get good fish and chips in it?
Yeah.
Fair.
You can get.
There's there's the place in Squamish, Wigan Pier.
I think that didn't burn down.
Oh,
I think it burned down.
Okay, well, there used to be a place in Squamish.
Yeah, it was right by the little chef and by the sushi place.
Yeah,
I think it burned down.
Really?
Well, I think so.
Yeah, I know. I do remember seeing that.
Today's episode is sponsored by Google.
Yep. Shout out to Google for giving us sometimes the right answers. The Wigan Pier was. Because my dad loves fish and chips, and it was one that he actually was like, we got to go here. And,
permanently closed. Burned to the ground. That's a bummer.
That's shitty.
Yeah, but fish and chips, are they Irish or are they UK-ish?
No, I don't know. They're definitely. It's hard to explain. Like whenever you have good fish and chips,
Is there Northern Ireland food and like rest of Ireland food that like
separated by the border?
Where they fighting over potatoes?
It's funny whenever so we picked up a buddy of mine from the airport and we're driving back and it's like, listen, we're coming up to the border, right? Giving him like this, okay, you got to be careful, okay? Like you got to be really, careful about what you say. These guys are super intense, right?
Right.
Like, but you just drive from. So
there's no border.
It's just like a line. Honestly, the reason the lines change in the middle of the road and it goes from kilometers an hour to miles per hour, and that's how you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so there are some differences like that.
Yeah, because obviously with Northern Ireland still being part of the UK, but I picked up another buddy of mine from the airport, and I was joking with him. I'm like, he's from England, and obviously sometimes a little bit of like English people being in Ireland, blah blah blah. But I was joking about him, and I was like, listen, hey, if me and my dad put our balaclavas on, just stay under the kitchen table with my mum and we'll come get you when it's
really?
He was stressing, dude. Nah, but hey, that's a different time. It was just as messy.
Yeah, wow.
So he was stressing.
I didn't know that they I guess because it's part of the UK and they're not. That's the whole issue, right?
Yeah, but we
it's kind of like when Texas was its own country for a long time in the U.S.
Oh.
When the U.S. got independence, the U.S. or Texas for like 8 years was its own kind of like its own sovereign nation.
There's no board. Like you drive on the highway and you go from the south into the north, and there's a sign that says "Welcome to Northern Ireland," and that's it. So
wow.
You ever been
to Ireland?
Yeah.
No.
We should go.
I'd like to go.
We should do a trip.
Yeah, it'd be good. I'd like to go mountain biking there. I'd like to go mountain biking there in Scotland.
Yeah.
I've been to France. I've never been to England. I've been to Spain. I've been to Monaco.
Oh.
Monaco's insane.
Yeah.
It's like small, but it's like
and like with that, if you have it like, you know, like you can fly from Belfast or Dublin to pretty much anywhere in Europe for very little.
It's like $10.
Well, you
man.
know, and this is now, so I got to get my Irish passport, and I can get my Irish passport too, because
Why do you need to get that?
Northern Ireland's part of the UK, and the rest of the UK is now separate from the European Union.
I know, but why do you have to have your passport?
From Ireland, because if I want to go to Europe, then I can just.
But don't you have a Canadian? Oh, wait.
Well, I can get
What passport do you use right now?
a British one.
Oh.
So I don't have, but I should have got an Irish passport my last time.
Oh, so shit. I get it. Okay.
You know,
right.
so it just gives me more opportunity. If I'm traveling, then it just allows me to, have more options.
Can you have 2 passports?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Does it
Like
have to be
dual citizenship, right?
Yeah, but doesn't there have to be some kind of like bloodline to do that?
Don't think so.
You ever seen the show Bloodline? It's really good. It's not on anymore, but it was on. It was like a murder mystery show, like down like Florida Keys or something like that.
Oh.
It's really good. It was great. It was like a 4 seasons episode. 4
Okay.
seasons. Yeah.
4-season episode.
Yeah, 4 seasons series.
Sponsored by 4 seasons.
4 seasons episode. That's how it sounds. Dude, that'd be amazing. It's sponsored by 4 seasons.
The
I mean,
hotels.
I would do it in a hotel room. I do this podcast
Keep
in a
it cheap.
hotel room. Yeah,
Why not?
for sure. What the fuck else? Oh yeah, we were talking about. I keep yelling at the microphone. Sorry, everybody. Leprechauns. So, one time, you ever play that game where you see an RV and you put the word anal in front of the RV name and you say like anal adventure and anal
Explorer.
Yeah. Well, there was a one called the Leprechaun. There's an RV called the Leprechaun, and it's anal leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
It made me laugh a lot.
Why would you call it like?
I don't know.
Why was it called?
I don't know where that game came
so
from.
The characteristics of this thing was like short. Like, was it green? Did it have?
It was stubby and it was like white and like mint green.
But dude, that's it. Like that's kind of it. Like, you know, American companies are like, what can we call it? What does this look like to you? And
I get
like,
adventurer.
Also, has my best American accent.
Yeah,
too.
I get adventurer. I get citation. Kind of not really. I get like, you know, explorer. I get like, you know, whatever. There's a lot of them. But leprechaun.
No, it doesn't work.
I mean, I don't know. They're not even real.
See, and there's people like, well, it must be good. It's Irish.
St. Patrick is why they.
Is he a leprechaun?
No, but I think he's the reason why people think there's leprechauns. He's kicking snakes out of the country and saying there's leprechaun, little tiny people. I don't know where the pot of gold came from. How did that get? Do you know anything about that?
But people are still looking. It's at the end of the rainbow. You just gotta keep looking
I've
for
been to
it.
the end of the rainbow before.
Have you?
I've been to the end of a rainbow.
And you couldn't fit
There ain't nothing there.
No.
It's usually just like, it's depressing.
You should have gone to the other side.
Yeah, what end is it at? That's funny.
You went to the wrong side.
Yeah, you know,
But you go to the left or the right of it.
You got a 50-50 chance of getting
Exactly.
that pot of gold.
Yeah,
There's no way there's 2 pot of golds.
That's too bad.
2 pots
Couldn't
of gold.
afford it. They'd be so
gold.
expensive.
And the leprechauns. And so the leprechaun is there to protect the pot of gold, but what I learned is that they just clean the shoes of fairies. That's what I heard. That's going to be the clip for sure. Yeah, they were cobblers, basically. They were supposed to be, they're cranky souls.
Cranky souls.
Yeah, like not S-O-L-E, but S-O-U-L. And they...
Was that the name of the company?
Cranky souls. I guess so, but it says they mended the shoes of fairies. I'm like, they're just cobblers. They're just small people. Like,
Fairies?
I think it's just small people who are fixing shoes got a bad rap. Because think about it.
Again, tripping, thinking that people are
Yeah,
fairies.
and they're like, everyone's shoes stink. They're always destroyed. Guys like, take care of your shoes more.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? You cobble. And if you, I saw a thing on Facebook a few weeks ago. This guy used to be the cobbler in Squamish.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, I've sold my business, but now I just cobble at home. He's like, like, it's true. Apparently, he's like,
How tall was he?
I don't know. I think he used to own there used to be I think it was like there's a shoe repair shop in downtown Squamish on Cleveland Avenue, and this old guy, I guess, he'd cobble shoes, and he's a cobbler, a knob cobbler, and he's sorry, that's not funny, but he's like, he said, I put up a Facebook, but I'm stoked because like I think it's cool that the guy's like, I'm still doing it, and he's like, now I just do it at home, and he got a ton of people like, oh, I remember this, like he was getting tons of love, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know how many cobblers are around. I don't know who's getting their shoes fixed
Anymore.
I don't know who's taking a pair of Nikes in. Like, they're kind of fucked. Actually, I had a pair of shoes cobbled in Ontario. I bought a sweet pair of Adidas shoes, like the old like vintage ones they make, and they fell apart right away. But I went to the cobbler in my own hometown.
The cobbler.
They stitched it back up for me, made them dope.
Nice.
It was awesome. Yeah. So I used a cobbler once.
Yeah.
But
people, we don't do that anymore, right? You don't fix anything, right? You just buy a new pair.
we just chuck stuff out.
Yeah. Just get rid of it.
Even things. It used to be we do that because things were cheap.
Yeah.
We could buy things because they were cheaper to do, but now things are expensive. I think we're going to turn into more of like still a throwaway society for sure. But I think, we have these brands now who are like, we'll fix your jacket, we'll fix these for you.
Yeah.
And it's more
give back, give us your old stuff, and we can kind of reuse it.
For sure. And it's not so much about cost anymore. Now it's like this like movement to be a better person and save the environment because, but we don't mind where the jacket's made from, but we want to save the planet by getting the sleeve sewed back on again. But we don't care where it comes from.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit weird. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to say? But anyway, yeah. So leprechauns were cobblers. That's what I understand. And I don't know how I don't know where Mr. Patron St. Patrick's Day, St. Paddy. I don't know how he's got something to do with the leprechaun, but
probably
I don't know. I don't know what else I got here.
I wish I could be more of an I think it's not really taught to us in schools or anything. It's just like I understand
for how big it is around the world. I think people talk about it more, but they talk about church.
Do you think no, not really. I don't think so. Maybe certain churches. I don't know if he's a big hit with some people. Apart from the drinking side of things, people love that.
I mean, it's not like it's...
and here's the thing, one of the best things, especially for, if I'm off, I'll try and get into the Dublin Gate for a little bit because you walk around and you actually see a lot of people who you might not have seen in a long time. Like a lot of Irish people who are kind of in Whistler and you pop in, say hello, and you can spend some time with them, and that's kind of nice.
It is like a gathering thing. It says here that... St. Patrick's, which falls on the Christian season of Lent. Irish families traditionally attend church in the morning and celebrate in the afternoon. Lenten prohibitions against the consumption of meat were waived, and people would dance, drink, and feast on traditional meals of Irish bacon and cabbage.
Yeah,
is that a thing?
There's no so much cabbage in the Dublin Gate, I don't think. But
Irish bacon. What's the difference between Irish? Is it just bacon?
Yeah.
There was one of the things I saw was boiled bacon and cabbage.
Oh,
it's like a dish that's like
yeah.
And then there was a bunch.
They talk about the puddings.
People who write these, I'm googling 10 things you eat on St. Patrick's Day to try to figure this out.
And they give you their life story before or whatever. Some
blogger is picking top 10 things traditional things to eat on St. Patrick's Day. I'm like, it's like one of them said pizza. And I'm like, this is not even close to what I would assume.
It's pretty realistic though. Which I would imagine that the line outside of Fat Tony's.
But you could say, what do you eat on the Super Bowl? You could say pizza. You could say Irish pie. You could say whatever you want.
Pizza kind of goes with a lot of different events. It's very hot.
But it also said a lot of corned beef, shredded corned beef and potatoes.
Yeah.
Is corned beef?
I don't think there's a whole lot of eating going on St. Patrick's Day.
Eating is cheating, right?
Eating's cheating.
Yeah, eating's cheating everywhere. Yeah. Even now.
And
actually, eating is not cheating anymore. Eating is
sensible. It's the right thing to do. There's a longevity, right? And I think that where people kind of feel with St. Patrick's Day is you get to 3:00 and you're done. And that's if you had maybe something to eat, that would be good, and you can maybe see a couple more of your friends if you.
It says that St. Patrick is the most well-known legend of St. Patrick, that he explained the Holy Trinity. Since around the 9th century, people of Ireland have observed Roman Catholic feast on the day. So it's a big feast. So I guess that whole thing was about his feast. Is it a big... But it seems it's gone from, like you said, eating is cheating to drinking.
Yeah, it's just That's
because people just eating Guinness all day.
Yeah. And Guinness have marketed it to be the drink of St. Patrick's Day.
Dude. Growth of St. Patrick's Day celebration. So in 1884, several New York Irish aid societies decided to enter their parades to form an official New York City Patrick's Day parade. Today, the parade is the world's oldest civilian parade and the largest in the United States, with over 150,000 participants. Holy shit.
What? That's a lot.
Yeah, wow.
And 3 million people line the streets, is that what it says? Each year and year.
So... Yeah, 3 million people line the 1.5 mile parade route, which is in the and watch the procession, which takes mere 5 hours. Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Savannah also celebrate the day with parades involving between 10,000 and 20,000 participants. COVID pandemic. No one celebrates that. It got canceled. Irish don't like COVID. And then, 1880. Fuck, man, that potato famine was a long time ago. And the ripples have been felt for years since.
Yeah.
Green Machine. The American Irish soon became to realize however, that their large and growing numbers endowed them with the political power they had yet to be exploited. They started to organize, and their voting bloc, known as the Green Machine, became an important swing vote for political hopefuls. Suddenly, annual St. Patrick's Day parades became a show of strength for Irish Americans, as well as a must-attend event for a slew of political candidates. Wow. So it became pretty political.
Yeah.
Gosh darn, man. And then in 1948, here we go. In 1948, President Harry S. Truman, attended the New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade, a proud moment for the many Irish Americans who answered had to fight stereotypes and racial prejudice. I mean, what is this? Who's texting me? It doesn't even make any sense. Great, we'll send it. I think I'm getting some fake text from people. So, yeah, I mean, I wonder if the Irish, like, there was, like, they were prejudiced against Irish, I guess, and racial, like, I mean, when they first, I guess they were immigrants
when they first got here.
Yeah. Another day we'll talk about that. Around the world. Canada, Australia. So it says the biggest ones are, the biggest place that celebrate are U.S., Canada, and Australia, which makes sense. I mean, penal colonies of Australia and then the immigrants of Canada and the U.S., right?
Mm.
I mean, I wonder if they're doing it in Russia.
You'd like to think
Maybe
so.
not right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they probably don't. They're not doing it. Do leprechauns have what? Here we go. Leprechauns. It's these small-bodied fellow is what it means. So it means once the icon of the Irish holiday is. So the icon of the Irish holiday is a leprechaun, but I thought St. Patrick was the icon of the holiday. Anyway.
See, and this is, nobody knows, dude. It's just, there's a lot of.
I mean, it's just everyone got drunk and forgot the whole
exactly.
history.
Yeah. And you just make it up as you...
It's broken telephone.
Exactly.
Well, so it says the original Irish name for these figures of leprechauns of folklore is called Lobarcian or Lobaracine, whatever, meaning small-bodied fellow. Belief in leprechauns probably stems from the Celtic belief in fairies, tiny men and women who could use their magical power to serve good or evil. In Celtic folktales, leprechauns were cranky souls responsible for the mending of the shoes of fairies.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So it's true. It says it there.
Yeah. Leprechauns are known for their trickery, which they often use to protect their much fabled treasure. Mm-hmm. Leprechauns have their own holiday on May 13th.
What?
Yeah. So
that's not true. What day is it? Leprechaun Day?
Yeah, it's small day. It's just a small day.
It's just another.
It's a small celebration.
Guinness marketing this, and so you can buy more Guinness.
I'm telling you, drunk people just make shit up. People got hammered and go, there's some people, like some short guy walked by.
Do you think this was written by someone who had drank maybe like 10 pints of Guinness and they're just making stuff up, dude?
Somebody got drunk, walked by a cobbling store, and there's a little short guy in there in a green shirt.
I see an opportunity here.
He's like, hey, get off my stoop. And he's like, probably no loitering to begin with. And the guy's loitering, and the little cobbler was like, get the fuck out of here. You're loitering my bit. And the guy's like, hey, little leprechaun, take it easy. And they all got mad. Like, now he's fixing shoes, and he's like protecting his treasures, which I bet you cobblers back in the day were rich because everyone had to get their shoes fixed.
That was a big thing.
Good big thing.
Big thing. See, you should write that.
Okay. Amendment. Yeah. You can log in.
I hear what you're saying, but no, that's not true.
We're being rude. Leprechauns have their own holiday on May 13th, but are also celebrated on St. Patrick's Day with many dressing up as wily fairies. What? All right, cool. I don't know. I think that I'm gonna check the time here. It's like how long we've been talking for, but I think it went by pretty fast.
We talked about a lot too.
Yeah, we cruised through it. We gotta do the. It's been an hour. Holy shit. Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do. I don't know what else we can talk about.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's St. Patrick's. You just don't overthink it.
Yeah, drink responsibly. First of all,
of course.
I mean, if you're gonna go for St. Patrick's Day, and do you know if they dye beer green in Australia, in Ireland? It's kind of probably. I'm sure there's things that happen from these like we take these we've taken certain things like a tradition to dye the river or whatever else. Probably not dyeing rivers in Ireland.
I don't think so.
And they're not probably putting green food coloring in their beer.
No.
Why
would you ruin it?
Yeah, but I think for a lot of these holidays, wherever they originate from, that's where it's pure, right? And then we take them on and just be like, yeah, we want to show our appreciation, so we're gonna pollute a river. And
then you maybe put on a little T-shirt that says "Kiss me, I'm Irish" or something, and a funny hat, some funny sunglasses for a day. I
think I have some Irish in me. I think so, a little bit. I don't know. I think Proctor's an English word, an English name, but I think because a lot of my family. My mom's side's Donaldson.
Ah,
Is that an Irish name? You don't know.
maybe.
Thompson is, right?
Yeah, it's English-Scottish borders.
Oh, right.
Mm.
Oh, not even true Irish?
Like, well, that originally moved across from there.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Right.
Not even true. I'm essentially a phony sitting up here trying to talk to people about St. Patrick's Day because
Right.
it's not even. I got a British passport.
Dude, I'm fucking just Googling shit all morning. I don't even know.
I know.
I don't know.
I have the accent and that's it.
Yeah, right.
But
That's funny.
We you know, and like to kind of, yeah, I'm looking forward to going home too. It's always nice to go home.
Yeah.
Big Irish family too. And we did like this family event a couple of years ago and there was like 60 people there and they were like immediate family, right? And so
That's good.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
And like, yeah, but there's nothing going on.
It'd be a bummer while you're gone. We don't get to hang out, but that's cool. You got to go and see your family.
10 days. Yeah. And then we'll be
that's
back.
cool.
Yeah, it'll
Sweet.
be fine.
All right,
you
cool.
know, I can't do any more than that. It's a little bit.
It's tough, eh? Man, when I visit my family, I love my family, but sometimes I'm like, that's
Two-
why I just vent
2
on
days.
Instagram
Yeah.
in the back of the car.
As you're driving.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, pictures of mom.
Yeah, I gotta go to the washroom real quick.
Okay. So I think what Proctor's trying to do here is it's called an Irish goodbye, where if you're at a party or anything like that and you just want to get out of here, and technically, you might know it's like a smoke bomb, you know, get up, just walk out of a party. So that's I think that's how we're going to wrap up this thing. So thanks for listening. Done.
Especially the Irish goodbye.
I explained it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to get up and leave.
Oh, you wanted me to get up?
Yeah,
too?
to take off. I'll thank my friends. Oh, fuck. All right, that was a good joke. Anyway, the plan was this. I was going to go to the washroom. I did have to go to the washroom and fake it. And then I was like, Pete, you should get up and leave. And then I'll come back and go, that, my friends, is the Irish goodbye.
I thought you want me to leave. Or to stay, and then you left.
No.
And I explained it.
No.
Okay, well, that's what happened.
All right,
so
cool. Well, anyway.
I explained it for everybody, too.
I heard you talking. I was like, what are you talking about?
I talked for myself out here.
Well, it's funny shit.
Well, we'll do better next time.
That's pretty fucking funny. It didn't work. Yeah, well, dude. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Proctor.
Good chat.
That was great.
And hope your arm's feeling better.
Yeah.
Won't
The
take long.
Guinness helped, so.
Big surgery, maybe potentially. You don't know.
Maybe we'll see. But
yeah. Well, let's. If you're watching this, it's St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
Have fun.
Drink responsibly.
Or drink. Do whatever.
Yeah. And anybody, if I ruined the Guinness pour, leave a note in the comments.
Yeah, let us. Yeah.
Leave a note in the comments. I ruined the Guinness pour.
There'll be someone for sure.
I mean, I didn't know the glass would be big enough. I didn't want to overflow. That was my biggest thing.
You did great, dude. It was perfect.
Yeah, it tasted good. I don't think I'm into it.
Okay,
Guinness.
that's fine. Yeah.
It's an
You're
acquired
not,
taste.
like I say, there's many people who, they just drink it for the sake of drinking.
I also haven't drank in a long time, too, so I really taste the flavor of it. Yeah.
It's just good.
Cool. Well, thanks, Pete. It's been a slice, buddy.
Thanks
for coming on. We'll bring you back again soon. And, yeah, thanks, everyone.
Next St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that's what we do.